Thank y'all for having me. I'm new to some of this, but this is the first time I ran on a race this magnitude, so I appreciate the opportunity to come up here and talk to y'all. I am a former school board member. I was on the board for 4 years. I was president for 3 of those four years, and after that I ran for state representative, and I was unsuccessful there, but I learned a lot. So I appreciate all the opportunities I've had running. While on the board, the first time in 50 years there was a Bible curriculum put in effect in the state of Texas. We did this before the legislature put theirs in, and it's because we felt like our community was reaching out for that type of a course. There's an article on the Texas Freedom Network that's not completely accurate on that. We did get sued, not by the parents, but by the ACLU. We went through 3 days of mediation with them, did not resolve it, had to go to federal court. I was in all 3 days of that, so they were kind of short-sighted, in my opinion, on which way they wanted us to go. It was basically a curriculum debate. They wanted us to use a textbook that I felt had inaccuracies and were not biblically correct. And our deal was, why do we need a textbook anyway when we have the Bible? You're going to teach a Bible curriculum, just use the Bible. So what we did was we came up with a curriculum that the teacher had a outline, and the students brought whatever Bible they were comfortable with. If it was NIV, they brought the NIV. And it was based, and that we finally won that lawsuit. We also cut taxes the first 2 years I was in office by 5 cents, the tax rate, which cut it by 5 cents, which is the most you could do without a rollback election. So I'm a social and physical conservative. I believe in local government. I believe in driving everything down to local government. What we saw a lot on the school board while I was there was unfunded mandates. I know that the state board does not do all of that, but have some input into that, and I sure would like to see those reduced. My lovely wife is back here. We've been married for 30 years. I have two children. One is my son, which I'll get to in a second, and my daughter, and she has 2 grandchildren. I'm a staunch pro-lifer. I can give you a good reason why. My son's adopted. We adopted him when he was 20 months old. He has given me a lovely daughter-in-law, which I have to admit, I'm probably think more of her than I do him a lot. And if there's a man in here that has a daughter-in-law that's sweet to him, they'd admit the same thing. And a lovely son. And I know without his mother making the right choice, we wouldn't have had the opportunity we've had. So I'm sorry I get a little choked up about that, but it's been a great blessing in my life. I'm on the Permian Basin Mission Board. We service about 187 individuals every day that are underprivileged. They have to verify their income before we service them. We take no federal or state money. That board has a budget of a little over about $300,000 a year. It's all raised with donors and people that just really have a caring heart for those that don't have as much as they do. I'm on the finance committee at my church. I was president of the usher committee for a while, and and I think the finance committee is probably a little easier. Because if you ever get bid to try to do something on a regular basis in the church, you know what I go through. So anyway, it's been a blessing to deal with him. I can tell you, the reason I'm running is because I do believe that we have to have true conservatives on the board. That we're going to influence with this curriculum the minds of our young people. And if any of you remember somebody like Khrushchev that said he would defeat America without a bullet. And that's what he said. And I think one of the ways you do that is you change the mind of your young people. And we've already seen this. Anybody that has anything to do with education or has been at local campuses the last few years, which I've visited a lot of them in the 4 years I was on the board. And we have good campuses, and we have good teachers. But opinions are changing. And we have to watch how those opinions are changing. And I guarantee you, I've seen too many people right there in our community that changed their votes because they thought it would get them elected instead of doing the right thing. So I think we have to make sure that we vote in people that will truly reflect our conservative values. I think that happens too much in my county today. I can name you people that run as Republicans that means absolutely nothing to me. And I guarantee you, and if we don't start looking at voting records, looking at the way people truly feel, because I can get up here and give you the best speech in the world, but that means nothing if I don't do what you need to have done as a conservative community. So I thank you for the opportunity to run for this board. I feel it's a tremendous important position. I've talked to some of the board members. I know that we need to make sure that in this next few years, we have people that stand up for what you believe. This is not anybody's position but yours. If I'm on here 20 years, which I'm not going to make it that long, but if I was on here 20 years, it's still your position. It's not my position. Okay? Okay? So I appreciate you letting me come today, and I hope I didn't run over too much.
No, but I